Okay, it is February 5th, 2019. I'm Paul Power, bringing you Robert Nelson, and he's going to be, once again, as always, reading from his book, Keys, Love Letters from God. We are on number 63.
It's conditionality. Conditionality ignores spontaneity. Spontaneity is a gift given freely in order for it to be received freely. It is the heart of prosperity. Conditionality, on the other hand, is delusional, as it reinforces lack, for it is based upon the perception of limitation in any form. Limitation tells you that you have not, because you are not. So simply put, do not listen to the false message of lack. Instead, listen to my voice, for it is yours as well, if you accept it. Conditionality is the imposing of controls upon that which is given freely. Now you must know that you are my gift to one another, and I am my gift to you. If you impose conditions upon me, in other words, one another, will you begin to, let me read that again, I read it wrongly, my mistake. If you impose conditions upon me, in other words, one another, will you begin to die inwardly of strangulation? With true love in the picture, there is no room for conditionality, for there is no longer any need for such. As with this entire book, all I have told you is not new. See, the thing about Keys is it is reminding us of what we already know and have temporarily chosen to forget. Now we can choose to remember. For you already know all of this in your own heart of hearts. The key to living without conditionality is living in freedom, both given and received. Now here is the key. A brother frees a brother in one another's presence. You, my beloved, have a choice to make, therefore. Which will it be, conditionality or freedom? The two perceptions cannot coexist. For any attempt to cause such to be is tantamount to declaring war on yourself and against me. Wow, I got goosebumps all of a sudden. If you impose conditionality upon yourself and your brother or sister, then I stand before you in chains. Trembling right now, people. Receive not my love freely, and you prevent me from doing that which is my being's purpose, that being the celebration of giving. In so doing, you then would behold something less than that which is your birthright. I know that the conditions you set are an attempt to control what appears to be the uncertainties of life. If you can hear Merlin agreeing, our cat. If you know who you really are, then you know who your brother and sister truly are. Conditionality then becomes totally unnecessary. This invitation I offer to you eternally. Know yourself, capital S, and you know me. If you know me, you do not need to impose conditions upon yourself, your brother, or your sister. Make no demands upon me, for I will not honor them. I, who am unconditional and unjudged, am free to give you the kingdom. And you, my beloved, are free to receive it. Now it is time for you to come to know that I am no deity other than yourself and your brother and sister, for a deity beyond you and one another does not exist. I know this because I created you. And nothing can change what I know and who I am, for I am you. Well, the greatest mistake is to impose conditions upon me. Don't. One of those one-word commands that he does. For then you impose them likewise upon yourself. The need for controls and conditions resides in the heart of the separation, for such is the reaction which fear begets. I, my beloved, offer you the heart of wholeness, for such is your birthright. Never fail to recognize this gift when it is offered you by your brothers and sisters, whether they walk the good earth on 2 feet or 4 feet. I love it when he refers, this is where I got the term the good earth, from him. As you behold these, so do you behold me, and therefore yourself. Trusting innocence is the cure for the separation. That's important. Trusting innocence is the cure for the separation. Love me unconditionally. I'm sorry, I goofed. Love from me unconditionally to you unconditionally, God. My beloved, and there's a little statement below this. My beloved, I suggest that you read this letter again, for it is the heart of this literary work. Live this one, and the need for scriptures is over, for the kingdom is fulfilled. You notice he doesn't say the kingdom will be fulfilled, like, later or sometime or another. He's saying now. Accept what this message is, and the kingdom is fulfilled. Because to him it has been all along. Because we are the kingdom. We're him. And what I want to say about this very letter that was just written, this letter may be the most important one out of the entire work. Because you see, it shifts the balance of being God to us. This is the one where the balance of godhood, of being God, becomes us. He's telling us to accept who we really are. And when we do that, fear and conditionality and lack and all these other things, judgment, can be laid aside. We don't need them. If we know we're God, think about it for a minute. If you know you're God, what do you need with fear? What do you need with conditionality and control and judgment? You don't need any of that crap. Because it isn't part of you. It isn't natural to you. And who you are is so supernatural that in just a very short period of time, you can undo the harm that's been done by not only this world unintentionally to you, but other worlds as well, probably. Lifetime after lifetime of being told you're not worthy enough, you're not good enough, or you're not God. Another word for good, for God is good. Good. Actually, in many cases, good actually means God. So this one, people, I can't put enough importance or attention on. This is where we come to know who we definitely really are. Love incarnated, God incarnated, light incarnated. If you could see the dudes standing around me and behind me right now, it'd blow you away. One of them you wouldn't think would be there is actually giving a thumbs up. He recently...
I'm not going to say anything.
No. He recently asked to go home and was granted the chance to earn it. That's all I'm going to say.